Well, we've been discussing a lot of different problems lately, mostly based on matrices, linked list, and some somewhat ad hoc problems, implementation based. In this video, let's talk about some chess. Now, there are a lot of pieces on a chessboard, but particularly one of the most interesting chess pieces is the knight. Knight always moves in a weird way, and it's tricky to always be careful about where will the knight move. And so, in this video, we're going to talk about a problem in which we are given a source position where our knight is present. We'll find out the minimum number of moves required by the knight to come from one source to the destination. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. So now let's consider given a knight at a given position. Let's see where all the places can it go, right? So our knight is located right now at 4 comma 3, right? So knight is at 4 comma 3. Let's see what all places it can go. So what is this? This is 3 comma 5. This is 2 comma 4. This is 2 comma 2. This is 3 comma 1. This is 5 comma 1. This is 6 comma 2. And this is 6 comma 4. And the last is 5 comma 5, 5, 5 comma 4. Yeah. So I mean, we can generalize this to writing it as if our knight is at x comma y, it can move to x plus 1 comma y plus 2. I'll go in the clockwise order, right? And x plus 1, other thing our knight can go to is x plus 2 comma y plus 1, right? The 6 comma 4 case we are covering. And now 6 comma 2 would be x plus 2 y minus 1. Then we have, this is also covered. Then we have 5 comma 1. 5 comma 1 is x plus 1 y minus 2, right? And then we have, this is also covered. Then we have 3 comma 1, which is x minus 1 y minus 2. Right, just a second, I think I'm cutting a little bit, so I'll just move my camera to the side. Yeah, better now. Then we have x, so this is also covered, and then x minus 1 y minus 2, this is also covered. Then we have 2 comma 2, which is x minus 2 y minus 1. All right, and then let's just write it on this side. So we'll have, this is also covered. Now we have 2 comma 4, which is x minus 2 y plus 1. Then we have 3 comma 5, which is x minus 1 y plus 2. X minus 1 y plus 2, and that's all. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 moves possible. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 moves done. 1 2, the remaining 6 here. Oops, my box was a little too weird. Yeah, so we have these 8 moves possible. Now from any given position, we are obviously, it's guaranteed that suppose our knight is here, obviously it cannot move to all those 8 directions. In that case, knight can go here or it can go here. That's all. It will only have 2 moves. 8 moves is the maximum it will have in the center. So we also need to take care, if our knight is in the corner, then only certain moves are only allowed, right? So for that, we can obviously have some kind of check that every time x coordinate should, both the coordinates x comma y should always be greater than equal to, greater than equal to 0, and x comma y should always be less than equal to 7. If these conditions are satisfied, then we can anyway plug the values in this and check what are all the correct values, what are all the values on which the knight can go in that particular move. All right. So now let's take a look at the algorithm of moving the knight from one position to other. So the algorithm for moving the knight is not very complicated. It's so we in our last section we already explored all the paths that the knight can take, right? So there were this coordinate, this, all of these coordinates, right? So we can the most intuitive or simple approach is to suppose we are given so our knight's position suppose is at this point, which is 4 comma 3, and let's say our knight has to reach let's say our knight has to reach this position. All right. So let's see how we can, take our knight from this position, this SRC to this destination. Okay. So what we have is, um, so from 4 comma 3, where all can our knight go? Let's first start in that sense. So again, I mean, this is 3 comma 5. We can go to 3 comma, right? Then we can, let's try possibility. They can go to 2 comma 4, they can go to 2 comma 2, they can go to 3 comma 1, they can go to 5 comma 1, they can go to 6 comma 2, they can go to 6 comma 4, and they can go to 5 comma 5. Right? Now, for these, have we already reached the destination is 1 comma 6. Is 1 comma 6 already there? No, right? So let's start with the first one. We started at 3 comma 5. Let's see from where all where all the knight can go from 3 comma 5, right? So I'm just gonna erase this quickly, and we'll have, okay, so this is our destination, which is 1 comma 6. This is 4 comma 3. So 3 comma 5, which is here, the knight can go to this, right? Or knight can go to this, knight can go to this, or knight can go to this. So from 3 comma 5, let's see what are places we can go. So we can go to 1 comma 6, we can go to this is 4 comma 7, we can go to 5 comma 6, and we can go to 2 comma 3, right? So as you can see, we've already visited 1 comma 6, and how many iterations it took us? So this was 1 and this was 2. So 2 moves. In 2 moves, our knight can go from 4 comma 3 to 1 comma 6. So this is the algorithm. Let's just generalize it so that we can, implement it in a programming language. So I'm going to discuss that. So let's see how we can accomplish this using an algorithm which can be used to translate into code very easily, right? So I'm going to write this side. Okay. So now we have some, let's say we start at 4 comma 3. Okay. We start at 4 comma 3 for all the points that we discussed, x plus 1, y minus 1, for all those 8 coordinates, whatever is possible, we put them in a list. Okay, in a list simply. So suppose it was 3 comma 5, then we had 2 comma 4, and so on in this list, right? Suppose we have them so on in the list. Now the main thing is, from this list we can kind of take the first element out and put all the points we can visit from this given element into the list again, right? So we can say we have reached 4 comma 3, then we list all the possibilities that we can go from 4 comma 3 which are valid, and then in 3 comma 5 we do the same thing and push them in the list. Also, while we put them in the list, we can also have something like, while pushing, we can have a third property in the tuple, which can be the distance. So whenever we take something out from the list, we append 1 to its all the points where we can visit, and we can push it back to the list. One also important point to notice, suppose I'm going to from 4 comma 3 I came to 3 comma 5. From 3 comma 5 I can again go to 4 comma 3. So I also have to keep a check of what and all is visited. So I need to keep a check of what is visited. So I need to check visited. I need to keep a note of distance. So these two things I need to keep, I need to take care of. And the algorithm is simple and straightforward. We start from 4 comma 3. Then we'll basically start from 4 comma 3. We go to our suppose 3 comma 5 comes up, all the possible scenarios, 3 comma 1, 5 comma 1, 6 comma 2, and so on. We do this, and while doing this we store also as, so for 4 comma 3 we start 3 comma 5 comma 1, 3 comma 1 comma 1, the distance, this is distance, right? And suppose we take this out, and we also mark 3 comma 5, 3 comma 1, 5 comma 1, 6 comma 2 as visited. So visited of 3 comma 5 is true. Now let's take out 3 comma 5 and see all the neighbors we can go from 3 comma 5. in the valid move. So 3 comma 5 valid moves we'll have from 3 comma 5 is 3 comma 5. The valid moves we'll have 1 comma 6, 4 comma 7, 5 comma 6, 1 comma 6, 5 comma what all do we have? We have sorry, we have 5 comma 6, 4 comma 7, 2 comma 3, 5 comma 7. We have 5 comma 6, 4 comma 7, sorry, 5 comma 6, 4 comma 7, 2 comma 3. So all these we have, and again while pushing them in the list, now we already have some of the elements from the first iteration. Here we push 2, right, as a distance, and then we mark all of them as visited. We have visited. Now in this list, while pushing, we can already check if if we already reach our destination. If we reach the destination, we can see the distance by adding 1 to the already explored point from where we were coming, and that's how we get the distance, and that's how we can output 2 is the shortest distance, right? So this is the algorithm for solving this problem. Well, in order to keep the video short and simple and easy to understand, I'll end the part 1 here with the algorithm discussed. You guys are free to implement the program based on the algorithm that we just discussed now. And until part 2, take care. Bye bye.